that we are having a very peaceful time or lives, and we should be thankful for that. I wish well President, family, all of you. The reason that I have fought for this biggest press conference so far. We've had since wala nothing practical except that's okay to everybody that doing well. And Chacha second coming up, and if there is any provision at all, keep up forth. We need a change for correction somewhere in the charter. They must all operate, and maybe suggest to whoever is controlled of the chances are they would come up still, which has always been the excuse for opening the charter. I do not want to put forward anything that I am not well and good to welcome it. I don't love, I don't think good that from the to some other matters aside from the economic issues that we would want to kung ano yung why in heaven's name but there's always that economics na hindi mo but that's the usual way of doing things, but whatever they want to change somewhere, somehow. You know what happened? There's a long short of this press conference. Wala naman ang ibig sabihin. Maybe that just wanted to having all the segregation very fast from the market crowd. So, from time to time, so kita. So yun lang. Ang doon lang for the non-self. So, kasi dyan naman rin ang the progression of things. So I would not want to go ahead forward. Overtake us which may make that would be parang better.
If we can ask these people naman natin, what if sa gitna ng sasabi nilang economic na biglang na-open yung yung constitutional change natin biglang pinasok yung terms nila at yung personal interest nila. What shall we do and what can we do? And what will you do?
Well, ganito yan. Whenever you open the Constitution for changes or amendments, you cannot place restrictions or conditionalities na may dito ka. When you open a charter change, it's plenary. Hindi mo we call for a constitutional convention or we call for a constitutional congruent constituent body by Congress before soliciting. Whatever it is, hindi mo mabigyan ng restriction. Because when you open it up, it's all what it taking. Plenary talaga. So, you can place restrictions there.
So it's possible that biglang may isang congressman tatayo and ay sasabihin niya, I move to
charter changes, amendment, but it should be progressive. Progressive. Hindi ko sabihin, ngayon kami, wala na pala. It's some to us, but you tend to forget. Hindi dapat kami, we should not benefit from it. Any changes making it longer, mentioned in the Constitution. So, yun lang ang sidya. Wala ba na akong problema sa interest of government and country. It will never be used to promote the ambition or ambitions of Congress or by anybody else, even by the Supreme Court. But besides, if meron man, it should not apply to them who made the changes modification. It should be, I said, progressive. Rotation dapat. Now is the time for a Bicolano to be president. Maybe tomorrow from the southwestern part of Mindanao, which would be Zamboanga towards Pulo. I would even relish an Ifugao president. Sabi, one term, only, period. 2 terms, tapos barred forever. So kung saan tayo nailagay sa posisyon natin ngayon, yung batas na yun, should bind us. Isa lang, dapat isa lang. Yes, sir. Dennis.
Kung ikaw na nagkaroon sa posisyon nila, kung sa'yo na yung dapat i-apunta sa 1987 Constitution. And secondly, anong sa may tabunan po na itong prayer rally sa Luzon?
The second question is not clear to me.
The second question is, anong sa na po may tabunan na ating himuon ng prayer rally sa Luzon?
Wala, I do not think that yung first question is relevant naman yun. Kasi mo, wala naman akong nakita sa horizon na any attempt to circumvent, go around, or move forward, or anything na hindi maganda. I just want to we live on our time. Kung saan tayo dinatngan ng swerte natin sa buhay ng Constitution and your destiny, nandiyan lang tayo. Because this is what a democracy. Do not tinker with the cyclic movement of a democratic state. Do not introduce something which is foreign or not aligned with the original intentions of those who made the charter. Sundin lang natin the intention. Kung ginawa 6 years, 6 years. Now, kung nandiyan ka 6 years, diyan ka lang. You want to make changes, make it another successively, walang limit, fine. But you should not benefit from it. That is really what democracy is all about. Yes, Kadawaya.
Sir, what made you change your mind? Previously you said no for DI, no for favor the Constitution. What happened?
Change my mind?
Yeah.
I never changed my mind.
Change the position.
I never changed my position because there is only one position. Hindi naman ito kama. Yeah, ang ano doon is really, there is only a term limit of, I said, you should bind yourself to where you are or where you are placed. You are placed. At or is, I don't know which the proper.
So you don't want a president who really sets term of office. So say with the senators.
Again?
You don't want the president, a president, or any president.
It's obvious. That's why the Constitution says one term only. So you do not have the privilege of being elected again. You just follow the intent ng gumawa ng ating Constitution. In other words, do not, I mean,
Yeah. Good. Mayor, they are saying, after the Cebu prayer rally, it changed a lot in terms of perspective. Vis-a-vis now, if it was Judea and constitutional discussion person. Why?
no, I've always been a stickler to, you can, if there's a record of history of my public life stint in government, I've always been consistent. Ayaw ko yung, I never crave for any order than what is given to me by law at that time. Wala akong,
If you were to suggest what provision, what economic provision in the 1987 Constitution should be amended?
I don't care if you make the economics sa libro dyan sa, huwag mo lang pakialaman yung Constitution. Sa may provision sa libro ng encyclopedia kung gusto mo. Let us not, beat around or find excuses to just, huwag na tayo magbulahan dito kasi matanda. We've been wrong in dito sa gobyernong ito, tumanda tayo. Nakilala kita, naka-short pants ka pa lang. Sa bariya, kadabad-labad ka man sa asking questions.
Sir, you're saying that you're fine to exempt the term of office. So if you are fine, which one should be amended? And which part of the economic?
Wala na, kasi dapat doon, kung elected ka doon lang. But if you can do it na i-amend mo, but the problem is, if you amend the Constitution and you are the incumbent president, you have all the resources to get what you want. Kaya mong bilhin pati yung barangay captain. So, what result would you want? Huwag ka magbulan dito sa Pilipinas. Sabihin mo, ipadaan natin ng referendum, plebiscito. Bilat. Kung gusto ng presidente, the resources are there for him to utilize. Pagkabobo naman niya pag hindi mo matalo basta. Whatever it is, a referendum or a plebiscite or a result of a votation or whatever.
Are you saying that if you are going to amend, it's going to be a done deal because he's president?
I am saying that it's not the time to make changes in the Constitution. The Constitution is good, very good. The best that we have ever produced. Do not
And
Yes, ma'am.
During your
Ang
message,
imong kadibang imong anam guol mo magsidong kadako ng yawa.
sa iyong message dito sa February, you mentioned na you will support for the changing revolution as long as President Marcos will commit to the people that he will not run again. Is it a challenge or
No, it is reminder that even presently you are not supposed to do it.
what if
Ayan nga sinasabi ko. Well, bahala siya. But you begin to tinker with it. Yan sabi ko, do not tinker with the Constitution. Don't. And it applies to all presidents. Don't. Especially prolonging your office there. Don't. Other amendments, fine. Pati congressman, pati masama talaga. Ano? Wala. Ganito na lang. Gusto mong baguhin from ngayon 6 years, you make it 10 years for one term. Maganda. Pero baka sa pangalatlong dekada na yan, huwag ngayon. Kung meron man tayong gawin, hindi para sa atin, para na sa mga ating anak. Huwag para sa atin, kasi yan, that would trigger a lot of friction in society. Magkakaroon ng initana eh. Sana kung kami lang mga politiko, we have to deal with the population, we have to deal with religion, kasi ang religion naman natin, we have to deal with the military, we have to deal with the police, we have to deal with the security guards, we have to deal with the CAFGO. Puro may armas yan eh.
That's Chair, you're raising your hand.
Supported President Marcos in the economic chacha. Could you give us a rate from 1 to 100 as to how many?
Tugnaw doon mo na luspad na ganit eh. Okay? Pero ito.
Sir, pwede niyo po mabigay yung rate 1 to 100 yung support niyo po kay President Marcos when it comes to economic chacha?
100.
if you are going to rate his presidency against that proposed chacha, what grade will you give him?
The proposal for what? You have to have, you have to, you know,
Economic chacha daw.
if you make me choose something, make a face on the other side. Cha-cha?
Yeah.
Cha-cha. But, okay. Walang problema. As long as I said, do not tinker with one particular sentence there about the presidency.
Yes, right.
Mayor, we got your point on the term limits, that you would be okay with it for as long as it will benefit the current officers. That's term limit. How about the form of government? What's your take on it?
I'm comfortable with the presidential type of government natin. It's a Republican form of government, presidential type. Huwag na natin palitan kasi yan yung naabutan ng lolo ko, naabutan ng apo ko. Huwag na natin yaga. Wala nang maibang putak. Kayo, kung wala na kayong ibang pag-isip, magpunta kayo doon sa likod ng bahay ninyo. Tignan ninyo kung walang tao doon. Ano ang gawin ninyo? Wala, kung anong gusto mo. O kaya kung maubusan kayo ng ideas, bakit mo iba? Ilang beses ba tayo mag-fix ng constitution? Flawed one? Okay, we make change. What else? What needs to be done? Something else? Good. But not the prolonging of the barangay captains, nor of the president. Not good. Kung meron man, i-apply yan.
Si Ruth. Ruth.
Mayor, resource, comment po sa allegation from a Senate resource person at the Senate inquiry alleging that you and Vice President Sara Duterte received a box of guns from Mr. Apollo.
Kami magtanggap ng bill kay Pastor Kibuloy. Ako pa ba ang deliver sa kanya ng kanyon bukas o machine gun? It's a very stupid proposition. It's silly. Bakit pa si Pastor mamigay ng baril sa akin? Saan siya makuha? Kung magsabi siya wala siyang baril, bigyan ko siya. I am about almost collectors category ako. Ibig sabihin, bili ako ng bili, pero hindi ko magamit. I can only use one. I can carry gun only one of the entire collection, maski mag-abot ng 50 million. You're only allowed by the authorities to carry one gun, not even a rifle. Hunting, maybe. Shotgun, okay. But military hardware, no. Wala nga ako eh. All that I had before was military, pero MR. Because sitwasyon, alam mo na, mayor ka, punta ka ng bukid, hindi mo na malaman kung sino yung kalaban mo. Hindi mo talaga alam kung sino ang gustong gorgor sa iyo. Ha? Wala eh.
Collection. It constitutes private army already. You have one. Even if it's collection.
Yes. Hindi ka collector kung iligwit na. Collector is collector. You collect and collect and collect. Hindi ito BIR. Collection ng firearms ito.
Okay,
Mayor, in line sa statement ni Pastor Ramon, line is Prrd from the CIA. CIA.
Well, I could not really say that I can validate his statement independently, yung salita niya. But what I can say is that maybe somehow his life was in danger. Alam mo, ang kaso niya sa Amerika hindi naman dito. Wala naman ang kaso si Presidente, si Pastor Tuloy dito. He's free to move around. And the process there, extradition, it's a long process. Hindi rendition with a military. Extradition is always a treaty.
Willing siya mag-extradite, but this is extraction.
Malit na kaso yan. America would not go into that. America would not waste its time violating a law.
Instead of attending to the session of Senate, you need to decide, is it possible? Arrest ko na sa isa, dumatalo, nag-attend sa Senate hearing.
Sino?
Si Pastor Tibuloy. Arrest siya kasi pinapaimbitaan siya, isusong na siya. If he doesn't really appear, pwede ba yan?
May I hear you the word again?
Pina-report siya sa Senate.
Oh,
Sabina siya, Sabina. Will it lead to his arrest?
Well, I'd like to ask you a question. What is the equivalent of the word subpoena?
Invitation.
It's not an order. You cannot order an ordinary citizen like me to compel me to report to you. For what? If I don't want. Or if outside the national interest that you should appear, we begin to question you, what is the significance of that interest? Eh, pastor yan, kung gusto niya, hindi.
So, makakikili sa Duterte.
It could because a unreasonable refusal. So maybe the first is in Mindanao is more like a subpoena or same effect. It can compel your attendance. Pero ako naman, hindi niya, ang ayaw niya, ano mo gusto na kanya? Wala mo na nakita na of national interest yung
Another topic na Mayor.
Yes.
Our PNP right now seems to be involved in a lot of cases the millions of pesos na yung nirap to that, yung content, kinuha na for the 40 million mga case yung sila ngayon. At marami pong crime na nangyayari dito. I've seen politicians po napakarami ng bodyguard dahil takot ng tabako. What is happening in our country today? With regards to peace and order.
well, national leadership should. Alam mo dito sa Pilipinas, wala naman talagang ambos araw-araw. Alam mo, pasikatan lang yan. Ako personally, I do not need. Pinipilit lang nila yung pulis sa akin eh. Pero ako, I'd rather, if somebody has to die today, tonight, tomorrow, mas mabuti pa ako kasi matanda na. Kaysa mga pulis, may pamilya pa yan, may mga anak pa. What the heck about going around with so many bodyguards? Kung hambog mo lang yan? Para sa takot lang yan? All you need is a gun, maybe and 2 balls. Pag isa lang itlog mo, yan ang problema. O 3. Either isa or 3. May imbalance eh. 2, tama lang.
Okay? Yeah.
Mayor, you mentioned also ang paaprobahan ng mga munisipyo is economic provision lang. Okay sa inyo. Granting, paaprobahan nila is Kongreso, iakin din sa munisipyo, suportahan ka rin mo kung para pagkakakuhan ang pagkatigigal sa Constitution.
Come to think of it, you know what? Even if they will touch on everything there in the charter, in the Constitution, I will not mind. But make it progressive. Huwag lang mag-benefit tayo kami. Hindi na ako. Yung nakaupo ngayon. Huwag mong habain yung bituka mo. Gusto mo na a longer term for the next president would be good for this country, or there will be no limitations at all for as long as he remains to be a loyal and a good public servant. Wala man tayong problema lahat. Kung hindi naman santo, pero kung tao na matino na nakaupo dyan sa Malacanang, he can stay forever. Ang problema lang ganito, nag-iisip ako ng malalim. Problema kasi, si Jesucristo, gusto mo talaga matino dyan, Jesucristo yan. Kung tao yan, pandor dito. The temptation to make money here and there. At my command. Yan ang bantayan ninyo sa inyong inihalal na mga officials.
Mike?
Yes, thank you, sir. Kuna mga questions sa status ng posisyon na to. The status of posisyon na to before, when you said that Mindanao is separated from the Republic.
Vis-a-vis whether we are alam mo sa totoo lang, for it all, declare na. Sabihin ko lang kasi sa na, look, you guys, when you think of legislation, we think of your work there as a secretary or as a senator or congressman or whatever. Think always of the Republic of the Philippines. Huwag ninyong pabor-paboran yan kasi hindi lang kayo ang Pilipino. Parang ano lang yung pitik lang yung reminder, gentle reminder na, shape up because hindi pa naman tayo magkatribo lahat. Yan nga ang problema Punta ka doon sa Ilocos, hindi ka lang kung taga-Bisaya ka, magpunta ka doon sa Pulo, hindi tayo magkaintindihan. Kung taga-Mindanao ka, magpunta ka Luzon, tulala ka palagi. Baluktot ang Tagalog mo o ang Bisaya ng Tagalog, mukhang Espanyol pakinggan sa tainga ko.
Madam Mayor, what do you make out of the voting points sa Senate hearing ng first committee, Senator Ontiveros, about kay Pastor Apollo Tuloy, not only indicating you, but also dragging along your name and from Vice President Sara?
Wala,
What do you make out of it?
anong sinabi niya?
Dragging, getting statements from alleged witness that you're somehow involved in the gun exchanges, transactions involving firearms,
Involving
transactions involving firearms. Sa batong ito is also a witness that that particular witness saw you and the Vice President bringing that back to the firearms from the passport.
Ako ang supplier ng firearm dito, hindi ako nanghihingi. Matagal na akong supplier ng firearm, bata pa ako.
Has the pastor reached out to you when the Senate hearing started, especially when witnesses starting to come out, alleging all these things against the pastor involving you and the Vice President? The media was the same one, sir.
You know, there are always, we never run out of silly or idiots in government. Let them be. Komportable sila dyan. Komportable rin ako dito.
Sharon?
Uy! Si mama pala ito.
Senator Bongbing has warned that Pastor Tigoloy will be cited in contempt and will be arrested if he does not show up in the Senate hearing on March 5. You are his friend. You are Pastor Tigoloy's friend, and you are a lawyer. What is your advice to Mr. Friend?
Get yourself arrested.
So he will not show up.
This is a free country. If you do not want to go there, get arrested.
You will ask him to cooperate.
I'll give him the free choice.
Can I go back to that contribution?
Yes, what about?
You said a few minutes ago that you are comfortable with the presidential type of government. You all know that the campaign for president to run for president.
Yeah, it does not, let me correct you right. It does not mean that it is federal, it's not presidential type.
Let me finish my question first. You said you are in favor, wag na nating palitan, napunta ng Loco, napunta ng Apogo. But in 2015, when you campaigned for the presidency, you pushed for a shift to change the constitution to shift to a federal system, right?
You're right.
Okay. But you had the first half of your term, you had a super majority. Well, even up to the end.
Look, it's just,
Why did you not muster enough political will to get that shift to federal system?
to answer your last question, because wala akong enough political will. Second, actually, there's not much different about a federal. There's no incongruity there. Look at America. It's a federal union of federal states, United Nations. It's federal. It's presidential type government. I do not see any. Wala akong nakitang ano doon problema. Pero
Do you not regret that you were not able to do as you promised in 2015?
you cannot have your cake. May ang Diyos may bigay sa iyo, may hindi. So, hindi lahat ng kaligayahan na gusto mo makapkap mo sa mundong ito. There will always be disappointments.
And this was your big disappointment?
Well, I'm talking to you about life. Nothing's perfect.
Yung ano po, kanina,
Ayun pagpo na to kay
sinabi niyo rin that your call for Mindanao, independent Mindanao, which you did on January 30, in Wednesday. You said it was just defeat.
Well, that was really
It was,
that
defeat.
that was a legit dream yung mga taga Mindanao. Because Mindanao is frontier country. It is not inhabited by originals except the natives and the Moro people here. So, in dream of separate, looking at a certain place, like my father and mother, migrating toward an island called Mindanao for a better future for the children. Yun ang dream. It's always the dream of some people to be independent. Pero if it causes a rupture in our entire, I will not go for a forced carving out Mindanao out of the Philippines.
Are you saying now that it was just a beginning?
I am not. I'm not.
There were no takers?
I'm not saying any different, really. Actually,
Kasi wala namang, after you made the call, there were, of course, reactions that you cannot do.
well, I said, sinabi ko,
So you're saying that now because
give us a better deal for Mindanao. Well, if you studied history, Mindanao has always been a poor relative vis-a-vis with the entire country. Ang Mindanao noon, the least for so many years, consistently the lowest in getting public funds for our stuff. Kaya tayo pinaka-late nag-bloom. And that was the complaint. Kaya it fueled the revolution. It encouraged people, and some Christians joined the Moro people in clamoring for an independent Mindanao. Klaro yun especially the earliest settlers dito. Na dumating na ang panahon na maganda na ang magunoy noon hanggang Rocky Road. That there was never the slightest moment that I was thinking of placing the interest of Mindanao over and above of the entire needs of the entire country. Kung ano lang ang sabihin ng economic planners at ano lang ang sabihin ng mga Department of Highways and everything, at unahin muna natin ito because I am not as bright as anybody else. I might be a lawyer, good in memorizing. Hanggang dyan lang, memorize. Pero to be an enterprising thing about governance, malayo. I cannot claim.
pinaka-last na lang po. Kasi hindi nyo sinagot.
Ay, kadili may di ka pod mo undang tindog na mo.
I think somebody asked that you were not able to answer it earlier. The question was, when is are you going to for prayer rally after another rally or after
Of course not. What for?
So, does it rally of the last?
Just a pretext just to go home to say the alam mo, si Buano always yearns to say sorry. Any slightest excuse to be there. Pero sabihin mo just to be at the moment because it is demanded.
So there's no schedule for now.
No schedule. If you are asking the question in terms of what would be in the future of this country, and what would be your views or opinion if this would occur or happen or not. I'm retired. I would like to stay retired. I do not want to meddle in politics. Maski na sa mga anak ko, if they can carry the burden on their own, pwede lahat na gusto ko pahinga. But, Color, maya ko lang sabihin sa iyo, 40 anyos na gud ako. And if you would want to be comfortable with this number, double it. And that's why. Ako talaga, natutulog. I cannot repeat it now and forever. I do not want my country dismembered. I do not want a part of my country taken away. I do not want my country to be disturbed physically, even the slightest. It goes for Luzon hanggang Pulo. Yung nagising ako sa mundong ito, Republic of the Philippines. For as long as I live, it would be the same Republic of the Philippines.
But were you saying that you were saying last time you said that you want
Sa madang intriga ka, ikaw intrigadura ka yun. Separate. Saan siya magtiayon, mag-separate. Ilo, dahil. Kung hadlok mo lang na. Paano? Yung nang kabito. Pas na mo, magsikagyaw-yaw. Yung bana, ikaw magyaw-yaw, biyaan ta ka. Wala. Lalapit ako. Ayaw nila, mas lalo ako. Mas matanda ako nila, buang sila.
But people said it's time for Mindanao.
You can craft it the way you want, legislation, or we go into a deeper. You can never do what you want. Let it remain a Republic of the Philippines.
So no more talks about Mindanao getting out of the Republic.
Yan lang ang problema. It's the distribution of the national wealth. And you know very well, lahat tayo, if you study your history, lahat tayo, alam natin that Mindanao was really a poor relative to the national government. Ngayon lang ito, kabawi tayo. Nung presidente ako, hindi ko nga sinabi na bigyan mo lamang ang Mindanao. Patas. Hindi mo naman sabihin na presidente ako, gusto kong bumawi na, nagkulang tayo noon. Ngayon, panahon ng bumawi. That ain't the way of being a Filipino. Kung ano yung what's good for the Hulahano must be good for the Ifugao, must be good for the Tagalog, and must be good for the Bisaya. Why? If you have to remain a republic, ganon talaga, you better adapt that kind of thinking. Hindi na Tagalog, Bisaya, or kalukuhan niya. Katanda-tanda na natin, may mga anak na tayo, ngayon tayo mag-isip ng gano'n. I'd like to sabihin ko sa mga Pilipino, stop this. Na pagmulat ko sa mata ko when I was born, this was a republic. Gano'n na. Huwag mong kunin baski kalahating hektarya yung Samal Island. Magkagulo tayo. Even if you take 1 hectare away from Samal Island, yung bayan ko, yan. Huwag mong gulawin. Pag hindi, magagera tayo.
Said you want people to be educated, or a day will come that Mindanao will be a separate country from the Philippine Republic. We got it wrong.
Sabi ko sa iyo, pang-atik lang yun. Ano ka ba? Kung hindi mo ganunin kasi yung mga taga-Maynila, parang sipain mo yung paa. Adrip. Putang ina mo, hindi lang ikaw ang Pilipino.
Buod pa rin sa mira to, parang to.
So lang so meron din po so serious.
Buod down sila to.
Because of love.
Not because of a bluff, but because of a strong statement coming from a Filipino. Adre, hindi lang kayo ang Filipino. Lahat ang mga minuno natin nagpakamatay sa bayan natin. Do not.
So instead, Mindanao Independence Movement instead.
Sila. If at all, kung mayroong mag-declare ng independent state, kung gusto lang nila, payag ako, Samal Island. Yan. Gusto nila mag-declare ng independent Samal Island. Sali na lang ng talikod para may sila pakasyonan.
Mayor, I see that po, Mayor, ano pa rin ba yung challenge mo kapag drug test? Yung challenge ko po. Are you still ganun pa rin ba?
Si Presidente, wala akong sinabi na gano'n. Mama, you have to, even if you kill me 1,000 times, wala akong sinabi na. Taking it rap. Pero kung sabihin mo, adik, wala akong sinabi na gano'n. Patayin ako ni Marcos niyan. Awa ka naman sa akin. Matanda na ako. Ano sinabi noon? If I can say it for to Marcos, I can say it for all. Ayaw yung nawa kay antibiotic, natawa kay aspirin, they're all drugs. It's just the nomenclature. Pero wala akong sinabi na patayin ako ni Marcos niya. Takot pa naman ako mamatay ng matanda na ako. Gusto ko pa mabuhay mga another hanggang mamatay si Kaduwaya. Magsabay namin.
Mayor, 8 months na lang po everyone. Mag-election na naman. And maraming tayo mga tao pushing you to run for mayor.
Ayoko naman. Ayoko naman.
Political plans for 2025.
Let it anybody, not even from my family. You know, corny man pakinggan. Corny pakinggan. If you count the number of years that my father was in public office, isali mo ako. Pati isali mo yung, idagdag mo yung sa mga anak ko. Masyado na.
Okay, just
Maybe
one last,
high time na. Iba na naman.
just one last question. That question would come from me. Okay. Mr. Mayor, you said something about our children's future. Inday Sara, in all the surveys, had been on the top, most trusted, most approved, and his department, the Department of Education, has been declared as the most trusted government agency in the country today. As a father, what can you say about the performance of your children?
Well, I think that she's just following my record. Hindi lang na-record properly. Kasi si Kaduwaya kasi yung tikuha ng figures noon sa Manila. But I am proud that she's been doing good at public service. Taking into account that, my father has always been, for the longest time, the governor of even the city of Davao before. There was only one Davao, one province, one capital, Davao City. And we used to elect the governor of the entire Davao province and Davao City. So, ganon. At ako naman, I would like to thank you, although belatedly, I suppose, salamat ko sa mga tao for the number of years given to me as a rare privilege to serve my country as mayor, as congressman, and eventually as president. I just hope that hindi ako nagkulang tao. Pero ganun pa man, maski na pahapon na lang ito, ginawa ko talaga ang magagawa ko at wala akong ginawang kalungkutan. Kailan? ICC? Sabi ko sa kanila, mag-usap na lang sila ng ICC rin dito. Total, magkapareho silang pangalan eh. Yes, you talk to each other, maybe you can understand.
Mayor, the support of the president is para ma-implement so you said that you just respond that if you were telling the president to drop his support for you or
No, ganito yan. I would like the president to seek the advice of his legal counsels. Kung ano yung sabihin niya sa mga abogado niya, sa Malacanang, sundin niya. Ako, I can take care of my own. Kaya kung ICC na yan. Kaya salvage na mong yawa mo. Okay alam nila. When my country was being eaten by drugs and everything, Nandito ba sila? Putang ina nila. Sabi ko sa kanila, putang Duterte, sabi ko, putang ina ninyo. Nung sa panahon ng kakapobrehon natin dito, nagpatayan tayo dito, pulis ko din, patay dito, patay doon. Patayan tayo ng mga Pilipino. Saan itong mga putang inan to? Where were they? Yung kinakain ng mga anak natin ng droga. Hindi ang droga ang kumakain sa mga anak natin. Saan sila? Putang ina. Sabihin na, tatapos sa palin ko sila. Ano to? Kung may makita ako na foreigner magsalita, pag hindi kita tinampal. Ano? Wala mang preso yan. Guilty ka agad. Did you slap this idiot or be associated, whatever? No. Pakialam kayo ng pakialam. Hindi naman kayo nakakutulong. Look, idiot. If you are not really an idiot, because you are an idiot, sino ba naman gustong pumatay sa kapwa-tao niya? Kung may gusto man akong patayin kayo, kayong pumunta dito sa bayan ko. Noong mga minuno namin na walang alam, pumunta kayo dito. You occupied my country for so many years. Spain for 400 years. Americans, how many years? And you took like a shit. Ang ina niyo po kung turuan. Talk about human rights. How many years nagtiis tayo sa mga kamay ng mga panyaga? Tangina nila. Tapos kung magsalita ka, no, look who's talking ka nga. Wala tayong turuan. Ako ba? Bakit ko patayin Pilipino? Kasi gusto ko pumatay ng puti. Sila yung may kasalanan, hindi yung Pilipino. Eh, ngayon, kung Pilipino ka naman, and you're fucking with drugs, destroying the mga bata, eh, ibang istorya yan. Sinasabi ko naman, tsaka ako nag-warning. At ang warning ko, walang para-para. Wala akong qualified or condition. Huwag mong gawin niya, papatayin kita. Lagi.
Bigay na kausap pa kayo ni Pastor Nicolo in person recently at saka may ibigay pa kayo sa kanya whereabouts anito pa siya sa Philippines or nakalabas na.
Si Pastor, sabi ko sa Africa mo ka muna magtago dahil hindi ko halata doon. I really do not know. I do not want to. Kasi on his own. Alam mo naman, presidente ako, tapos I started as a prosecutor, fiscal, mayor, president. I cannot afford to dump. So, alam naman niya, kaya niya, he has the resources, and he has a lot of brains to navigate this way. Paano niya paikot-ikot sa buhay.
Okay, thank you very much, Mayor President. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Salamat.
March 19 tomorrow, by the way, 2 o'clock today, I'll be leaving for Manila, but I'll be back on Friday. And then leave for Manila here, the 15th and the 16th. Diba na? Ha? Cebu?
Una, sabihin mo lang, just remind me.
Okay. Walang walang.
Kamo mo God, kasi ito,
Oy,
ito, at shit, ito eh.
Pero, sir.
Ito talaga. Barbaro lang.
Subscribe to SMNI News Channel and turn on